Hi everybody, this is Amanda, the Emotional Strength Trainer. Welcome to Friday. It's Fabulous Friday here in Southeast Queensland, and we are officially now in spring. So the weather has cleared and we have a nice sunny day here, and I'm just shooting the breeze waiting for people to come on board. So today I would like to talk to you about upper limit issues and what they actually mean. So if you have read Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, you will know what an upper limit is, or an upper limit issue is. And I want to talk to you about how to identify them, and also a solution to getting through your upper limit issues based on my theory that we have an anatomy of awareness when it comes to things being wrong in our life, and then there being a blockage and wanting to solve those issues. So let me just tell everybody that we're here, and I will send everyone a share. So if you have anybody that you know that sort of gets to a certain level in their life and then they might get sick, or they might do something to sabotage their life, then this is something that you would want to share with them as well. And also, if this is you, do grab something to drink and or eat, because it's lunchtime here in Australia, and have a time for yourself to learn about what upper limit issues are. Thumbs up to let me know that you're here. The little eye is telling me there are 5 people here, so give me a thumbs up and let me know where you're watching from, and if you understand what an upper limit issue is, and if not, we'll have a chat about it. Thumbs and hearts, thank you. The thing with the live presentations, there are people there, but the stuff that's coming up in it, like I can't see who's there. So type me a message or something and see it. Let's see if it comes up onto my screen. I'm live, come and join me. About upper limit issues. Okay, post and hit the share button too if you know anyone who'd like to come along. Okay, so if you're new to my page, I'm the Emotional Strength Trainer. I specialize in helping people to join the dots back to emotional traumas which are holding them back from knowing their greatest wishes or greatest desires right now. So as I mentioned before, hey from Arizona, thank you for joining me. Zebra and Jeanette, there we go. Arizona is really cool. Does it ever get cold there? Jeanette, does it ever get cold? Anyway, okay. So as I was saying, we have an anatomy of awareness, which means that people go through their personal development process, and they first of all, the first level of anatomy of the anatomy of awareness is that something is wrong. So you sit there, and that first level is, something's not right. I need to get some help with this. And my doors are opening because there's wind here. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. Then the second level of anatomy of awareness is that you go to somebody and you talk about what is going on. So they are your psychologists, psychiatrists, sometimes there's medication involved there, counselors, life coaches, therapists, all of those sorts of people. So they bring some great techniques into play for you, where you learn about different things and different techniques, and gratitude writing and journaling, and all sorts of a myriad of different options to help you bring your awareness into understanding where your problems lie. And where I come from as the Emotional Strength Trainer is that when we have something happen to us in our life, it creates a cell of memory, and that goes and sits somewhere in your body. And as they happen over and over again, they're the things that build triggers in our life, which help us to go into overwhelm when the triggers land or something happens around us, and all of the synapses that have created the stories in our head fire, and it's like, oh, there we go, there's my story, hit of dopamine to give you your reward, and then you get stuck in your story. So when you're talking about upper limit issues, you're talking from a place of your first and second level awareness has kicked in. So it's like, I want something better for my life. I want to be able to have more money, or have a greater job, or have a better relationship. And then your second level of awareness is that you start journaling, you start doing your gratitude work, you start doing your intention work, you start putting positive actions into play. Where, say, for example, you want to better your career. So you start looking for jobs that you would really like to do, and you'll go into them and you'll do up your CV and you'll apply for jobs and you'll get to the interview and everything will be great. And then all of a sudden, boom, you'll either wake up with the worst sore throat under the sun, vomiting, diarrhea bugs are often an upper limit issue. You might go into that meeting and fall over something and create a scene or something like that when you go in, break your foot, all those sorts of things. And that is where you have that's where you have the next level of awareness kick in, where there is some blockage somewhere that is firing up all of these different behaviors or different issues that come up, especially physical reactions in your body. So when you're looking at sore throats, headaches, migraines, skin rashes, as I just mentioned, vomiting and diarrhea, all sorts of, what else? Tonsillitis, another thing that happens are people that are doing something when it relates to sport, and all of a sudden they might have an ankle injury. Anything related to ankle is too much responsibility. And then again, on your left side or your right side, it can be an indication of whether there's a masculine influence coming in or a feminine influence coming in. So you can see there is this third level of awareness that people aren't aware of. And then that's where I come in, because I'm a specialist at helping you join the dots with those things, to help you see that no matter how many positive things you're doing, you're sitting there going, why isn't my life turning up the way that I would like it to? I'm doing everything right. What's wrong? And that's where we're looking at upper limit issues. So how can I help? So if you're watching, I see that there's a few numbers up there again, and I'm guessing that the system is running a little bit slowly. But have a think about an area in your life where you think you have done everything possible, and then, hello, Emma, and then all of a sudden something happens and it takes you away from your end game. Pop it into the comments here and let's see if it shows up in time for me to talk about it. But what I wanted to talk to you about is this mastermind that I have. Now, it's starting in October, and it is specifically related to upper limit issues. Everything we're doing in this mastermind mentoring group for the month of October is about upper limits. And I'm going to bring you into awareness around where these blockages show up in your life and you feel like you have no control over them. That's the biggest indicator of where you have an emotional blockage. You feel like, what else do I need to do to get what I want? Okay. It comes with a bucket load of frustration. It comes with a bucket load of being pissed off because you've read every book, you're talking to the right people, you've done all your intention work, you've got the great people around you, you've got all of these different, like there might be money in the bank, but you know that you want to get to that next level, and everything is like, I've been able to manifest it to this far, why can't I get it to this next level? Can you hear how I'm talking? It's that internal dialogue that's sitting there going, what's wrong with you? And that's the part that I help you to make friends with, okay? Because in this group that I have, and for the month of October, all about upper limit issues, you come with your upper limit issue to the group. We have a session every Monday. Now, the best part about this group is you can come live. It's 11 a.m. Monday mornings in Australian Eastern Standard Time. But if you don't want to stay awake, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, or if you have other things on like working or children or anything like that, it doesn't matter. all you're doing is coming in and you start and talk to us. You write rather what your upper limit issue is in this graphic that I post. And that's where I go and do my work. I have a gift where I am able to see emotional blockages. Now, when it comes to, do you know what kinesiology is like? There's these things that you can muscle test and it can find different areas of the body that are blocked. Well, I'm like kinesiology for your energy system without having to touch or muscle test anything. Hi, Felicity. So it is about, I do the work by bringing you all in together, and I use my third eye and I ask to be shown what's going on. It's weird because as you come together as a group, as we sit and come together as a group working on upper limit issues, the information that flows to my third eye, which I then speak, informs you of the blockages that I can see, and everything I talk about, I take out. So everything that is spoken about is removed. No, I'm not a medical intuitive, Jeanette, but it's similar to that. It's more emotional. They're memories and emotions that I see. So it's not so much saying, oh, looks like you've got something wrong with your lungs, but other than it, like, unless the emotion associated with lungs is grief. So if I see lungs when I'm doing the heart chakra area or this chest area, that will then lead me to talk about grief in that way, but not something saying like you've got lung cancer or something like that. If somebody presents to me with lung cancer, then I work on the emotions that have happened over their life to bring them to that point where they have lung cancer. Okay, so hopefully that helps you understand. So when we're talking about upper limit issues, what happens is somewhere along the line. So I had an upper limit issue in my corporate career. Every time I would go for a job, now I used to be in marketing and administration for 21 years, and the last role I got in the corporate world was just like a dream come true. It was close to home. It was okay money. I was doing rebranding for these people that had come in, and what I found over time when I did the work after I'd left that business, because I went through the GFC and I started my own business, I realized that my upper limit issue was that I didn't think I was worth having a role that was being paid six figures, that was in a management thing, because of the stories that had happened or the situations that had happened in my life, which created this story around, you're never going to get to where you need to be, Amanda. It's just, you'll have to go and try somewhere else, all of those sorts of things. So what people are out of awareness of is when we have a emotional trauma happen, and that emotional trauma, I always specify that emotional trauma means different things to different people, okay? Because we're all different. We're all walking through life in a different way. We're all going through different things. So if somebody's sitting there and somebody says something to them and it's part of their story and it might offend them, but it wouldn't offend me. And then, so I'm looking at that person that's been profoundly hurt, and because it wouldn't offend me, I'm able to give them a different perspective to try and help them out of their story. Okay, but if you've read any of Brené Brown's work, part of the process when we have these things happen, and that's why you can only join the dots backwards, when you have these things happen and they create an emotional trauma cell in and around your body that sits there somewhere, and specifically with the synapses in your brain, they sit there and then the dots get joined as each time something similar happens, because your awareness is going, oh, that's right, I'm not worth that, ching, another bit of a thing. But then one day when you're in awareness and you've handled those first two levels of awareness that I spoke about, and you're sitting there in the frustration of, why isn't this coming to me? I thought I'd done all of the work about being worthy. And then you realize that, oh, I have some cellular memory going on here. I need to go and work with Amanda. And I have this fabulous group called Kami that is an energetic multivitamin mastermind. Now, for October, because we have 5 weeks, and because I do the sessions every Monday, and you have 24/7 access to this group, and the people that are in there right now, they are incredible. And I want more people to come in, because the more people we have, the more prophetic the information is. Now, because this month is specifically related to upper limit issues, I have a special offer, which is 5 sessions where you just come into the group on a one-off basis. And then if you want to stay, because I know that this will work, you can then join as an ongoing member, and it's a lot less to join because the support will be there and you'll get used to the work. One of my biggest wishes for people, because I have my passion and purpose with this work. I found my it's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life, and it's my drive every day when I wake up thinking, who can I help today? With this group, I want to be your first ever sample of having energetic healing. Okay, it's a concept that has been around for eons. But because through personal development, there is often a thought of just get to the positive as soon as you can, or think of rainbows and things like that, and it will make you feel better. In some instances, that is very powerful work and it's great. But when you are looking for grounded results that are present and doing it now and having these outcomes without even having to try. You know those diets where they sit there and they say, you can do, oh no, not the diets, the gadgets which shoot electrical shocks through your muscles, and you only have to turn it on for 5 minutes a day and you will lose 30 pounds. It's kind of like that, but without the gimmick, because you really will lose the energetic pounds that are sitting in your body that you don't even know are there, because you're not taught that when an emotional issue happens in your life, it goes and gets tucked around somewhere. So let me get my book. I'm just going to show you. If you have had a situation in your life where you have needed to speak up, and you're sitting there, or you wanted to go for a job interview, or you've found somebody that just makes you feel like the best thing on the planet, and you want to tell them that you like them, and then all of a sudden you get a sore throat, or you get tonsillitis, and there is a giant plane going out over the top of my house at the moment. So let me come here and I will explain to you what tonsillitis means energetically, okay? Tonsillitis energetically means feeling defensive, controlling, fearful, believing that what you have to express is not important and that others will not want to hear it, suppressing your creativity and joy, underestimating your talents and abilities, clinginess, seeking others' permission and support for what you do. Okay, so if any of you watching this or the replay have ever had tonsillitis, does that resonate? So let's also have a look at throat, because the throat part of the equation is also very important. Here we go. Throat. Difficulty communicating, low self-esteem, self-doubt, self-sabotage, which is the basis of upper limit issue. Feeling shut down, misunderstood, held back, fearful, frustrated, stuck, unworthy of good things, in conflict with self and continually changing your mind, difficulty trusting, feeling depressed, sad, hopeless, uncreative and uninspired, thinking that you lack choice. I use this book, The Secret Language of the Body, by Ina Segal, when I'm doing stuff, as well as the Louise Hay book, to help you join the dots. But can you see the energy around anything to do with your throat when we're talking about upper limit issues? That's part of the problem, is that this emotional trauma has created the stories that you've felt over your life. It's okay, Jeanette, that's really good, that being able to unable to speak your truth and is one of your major issues. I'm glad I chose that one to speak to. So when we have the stories going in our head, that's when your throat will play up. Okay, it's the same thing. For example, you know how when the seasons happen and some people sit there and everybody around them is getting colds or have sore throats and you're fine. It's because you've done all of this energetic healing work to stop your throat from copping the brunt. And in the very least of it is if you were to get a twinge in your throat and it was only there for a couple of hours or whatever, and you went into your positive action and had a vitamin, or we use this stuff called Cat's Claw Econ in my family, or a probiotic, because that's the other part of the equation. When there is stuff going wrong with your tonsils, you've got an upset gut, so you've got food intolerances and things as well. So again, in this mastermind that I have, we will join all of the dots. It's not just going to be about, I've got a sore throat, oh, that's an upper limit issue. It's like, what are you eating? Do you have a healthy immune system? What's stopping your immune system from being strong, which is part of the upper limit issue? So we address all of it. It's very detailed, and that's why for the month of October, so the first session that we have, hello Dina, the first session that we have is Monday, pretty sure it's Monday the 2nd, Monday the 3rd of October. We will start the new mastermind, and I would love for you to come and join me in that. So the whole idea is that I'm going to put a link underneath here in the comments, and it's going to be 5 sessions. So every week you come in and you will put your intentions in, or what your upper limit issue is, and you will talk about it. The other thing you can do is, if you're somebody that likes to keep those sort of things to yourself, I will give you the instructions in the group on what to do. You can do that in the privacy of your own home, and then you come in and you just say, I've done all of the steps at home. I've read it out aloud to myself. I'm ready to receive the energy work. And then we go about shifting it. And then we can debrief in the group. You've got a lot of other people there that will probably have similar issues. And you will also learn that you are not alone, and that there are other people around you who have been through it and come out the other side. Okay, so with 5 sessions in October, it's a bargain month, because usually it's 4 sessions. So every so often we get 5 Mondays in a month. So it's really good value. And what will happen is, you join for this first month. We work on your upper limit issues. It's just a one-off payment. And then if you decide that you really like, hello April, if you decide that you really like, oh, Michelle Steen, hello, thank you for joining too. If you decide that you really like the work and it is your first example of energy work and it resonates with you and you're starting to feel the differences, then I'll invite you to stay in the mastermind, and you can come along for a much greater reduced price, which is kind of like maintenance for you as you go through your processes over the coming months. Okay, and it's a great lead up for Christmas. Hello Karen. Oh yes, Karen is in our group as well. So that's good that your October goals, I haven't told anybody that's already a member in the group that we're working on upper limits. So I'm really glad that that's coming about. All right, so to join for the month of October only. So your one intention is that I have upper limit issues. I've been trying for the longest time to get through this stuff and it's not shifting. What's wrong with me? Is the statement that you're saying over and over, and holding your head because you can't believe that you don't know what to do next. Then Kami is the group for you. It's a one-off fee of 295 Australian dollars, which is 5 sessions, and that works out to about $59 a week. Now the work that you get, and it's going to be, you'll have everything available to you all day, every day for the whole month of October. There is stuff in there. We already have files, and there's a library of different things. You get to ask questions. It's, you know, if you're exceedingly needy, if that's part of your internal dialogue, like I'm so needy, it's the group for you, because there is somebody awake all the time that is always there, for it, ready to either just give you a pat on the back or a hug or say, hi, I can hear what you're saying. And then the rest of the time, it's, you know, we share recipes, we talk about all sorts of stuff. We share funnies and things like that as well. So the one-off fee of $2.95 for 5 sessions for the whole month, it's the best bargain mastermind you'll ever be on, because you actually receive something that's going to take out the blockages. This isn't second level just talking about stuff. This is physically me going in and digging the shit out and taking it away for good. It's a very unique mastermind, and it's profound. So just to also reiterate, that $2.95 is Australian dollars. So if you're watching this later and you're wondering if that is in your currency, no, it's Australian dollars. And right now that's a bit of a bargain when it comes to other currencies, except probably New Zealand. So it's 5 sessions for the whole month, and you will be able to, hello Maria, you will be able to really feel the difference. When you come in the first week, I'll be going through what physically happens to you as I take the energy out. And a reminder, you do not have to be awake. You do not have to be present when I'm doing the live sessions. You will get an audio and a recording. You'll get the live, you'll get a recording, and I'm also working on having a transcription done so that you can sit and read and print it off and make notes and all sorts of things. I'm so glad Maria is here. She's from the the East Coast of the US, and one of my favorite people on the planet. She has a wonderful online magazine called OWL, One Wise Life. So get on that one. She's a great leader in the industry as well. So once you've done with October, if you have achieved what you had hoped to achieve in the group, then I'll invite you to stay on, and then it's only $59.95 a month for the rest of the time that you want to stay in the group. At the moment, we have people all over the world in the group. Every country known to man, men and women, and the friendships that have been built have been extraordinary. It's a very high energy group. There are people in there that want change. They're not sitting there paying lip service to their personal development. They are sick and tired of being sick and tired of missing out, and they are in there because they want change. It's a wonderful group, and I adore it and I love it. It's going to be my life's work. It is the foundation of everything that I believe, that we all have emotional stuff that is sitting somewhere in our body stopping us from living our greatest life. And that's not to say that when life happens, it's going to be easy, but you're going to have greater capacity to cope and recognize what's going on. Hey, Dennis. How you going? You'll have greater capacity to be able to handle whatever life has show up for you, because that's the other part. You know, life can be a bastard sometimes. There are things that happen. You know, at the moment, this is a year of completion, and I know there's a lot of people around me who have family members and friends who are transitioning into their next adventure. Dying for those of us who like simple terms, and it's hard on people because it's the year of completion. There's a lot of people that are done. It's, you know, look at what's going on in the world. It's hard to live in this world sometimes, and sometimes you need that extra boost to take away all of this stuff so that we can get ready to go into 2017, which is a fresh start. Okay, so the last 3 months, October, November, December, are really key for you to want to come and join me to getting all of this shit gone so that you can step into the life that you really want to live. And it is the least amount of work. For all of the personal development you've done, for all of the work that you have had in your life, it really is the least amount of work. You just come in, you type, you say what you want done, what is your upper limit, what you know through your awareness, and leave the rest to me. It's really that easy, and it works. I've been doing this now for, we're just coming into 12 months. The group has been going for 12 months, and I have foundation members that have been there from the very beginning. One of the women in the group the other day wrote this testimonial, or she popped a thing in there because she said it was consistent. It's the only group she's in that the work is consistent, and she is finally seeing changes. Sometimes there's ugly snot crying involved when you have an aha or these things land in your awareness and you go, oh, that's what that is, and you've connected the dots to something that's a little bit painful. So there might be some crying. There might be a lot of swearing. I'm going to go with a lot of swearing because I don't think I've sworn any more than I have in my whole life than I have in the last month. So, but it's that safe place to do it. Nil judgment. The energy in there is so high that only people who are prepared to do the work and go into that space, you know, where there's a great deal of mindset around when you start looking after yourself that you could be selfish. You are allowed to be selfish in this group. When you come in, it's all about you 100% of the time because you are invested in getting this shit done. I'm glad you like ugly snot crying, Jeanette. That's it's the only way to get things out sometimes, because the other alternative is diarrhea, and I personally prefer, if I'm going to have something shift, I want to have a cry rather than be sitting on the toilet for a long time. That's not fun. So there you go. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Hopefully that has spoken to you, and I can look forward to having you join the group. I'm going to post the link in the comments below for you to come and join us. When you've gone through and processed everything, it will take you to the door of Kami, and you can knock and say, please let me in. We'll welcome you in there. Everybody will cheer and welcome you and say hi, and you can introduce yourself. This is a great group if you have a business, because we can work through all of your upper limit issues around your business. And I have a lot of 25 years of business experience as well. There's a brain's trust of business people in there too. So we would love for you to come and join us. I have a huge goal for this group for next year with the new year and the fresh start, the 1 year. But we have a lot of work to do this year, and we've got 3 months left. So come on in and talk about your upper limit issues for October. We have a session coming on Monday, so if you join in the next couple of days, you will get to come in and experience the last week of September. We've been working on finding your voice, and it will help probably set you up if you decide to come in then. Otherwise, we will see you at the beginning of October. So thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch you again soon. You can find me on Facebook if you're watching this on my personal page. It's facebook.com/amandafoy.official, and my website, if you would like to jump on and have a read about the work that I do, is amandafoy.com.au. Thanks again. See you soon. Bye for now.